Welcome everybody to the free-to-play Marvel Future Revolution channel. This channel is dedicated to free-to-play, and in this video we're going to be giving you guys the ultimate free-to-play Spider-Man build. In my opinion, I'm going to use the same thing, the same strategy I use with my Iron Man, and apply that to my Spidey. Okay, so if you are a Spider-Man main, you will probably be further down this road, but since I'm a free-to-play player and my main is Iron Man, Spider-Man, I'm struggling a little with him because I took away all his gear to feed my main. But that doesn't mean that this video is useless, because this video is still going to be very helpful. We're gonna go through what's all the best specialization traits, what you should aim for, which you should go for first, best gear, best non-regional gear, best stats for gear, best cores to use for Spider-Man, best badges and stuff like that. And this is going to give you guys an edge, and honestly you're gonna do amazing in PvE, and you're gonna be able to hang in there on PvP, and who knows, maybe you'll do even way better in PvP than I expected. So let's get right into it, guys. I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. This is my Spider-Man. I have the different gear on him, but I always like to have him look the original. Come on, like, look at this guy. He's amazing. he's my favorite Marvel hero, but Iron Man in this game, I had to go with him. So let's go and play him. And what I want to start off with first is his gear. Now, as a free-to-play player, it's very important to understand the one that I recommend, in my own opinion, okay, is Nor. Go with the Nor gear set, and that is because it gives you, let's look at it. What does it give you? It gives you you get the force set, right? You get the attack and the dodge rate, which is good. But when you get all four, you get the web shooter mastery skill level 3. Now, the reason, in my opinion, why I'm saying that is because if we look down at the skills, the web shooter mastery right here literally is my favorite move. And look, the cooldown is 10 seconds, requires stamina is 20. You're able to use it. It causes a lot of damage. I have this fully maxed out, but this is going to be something where you can constantly, you get it quick, and you're able to kind of use it a lot. So this is why I say the Nor is my favorite, in my opinion, the one I would recommend. But this is the thing, though. This is the thing. As a free-to-play player, you have to kind of roll with the punches, okay? So you have to go, let's just say I'm aiming for the Nor, right? But then I get a, wait, which one's this one? Is this, okay, see, this is a good example. I ended up getting End of the Earth web shooter, right? And it rolled a 2 dodge as at a 3-star. It rolled a 2 dodge rate. So when you come across a situation like this, as a free-to-play player, he's not my main. I'm building him up to, you know, I'm building my Spider-Man up. He's a second hero that I'm really going to be focusing on. And something like this happens, I'm going to roll with this, okay? So I'm going to keep this. At the same time, I'm slowly going to be building my Nor set as well. But Spider-Man dodge rate is a must. It's a must stat. So for me to have this one as a 2 dodge rate, you know what? I might even go with the End of the Earth build. If I roll this, I'm definitely going to roll this one, upgrade this to 4 stars. And if it comes out another dodge, oh man, I'm going to roll with the End of the Earth web shooter. I just am. That's my honest opinion. So, but I'm also always going to be saving the Nor on the side. So one day, eventually, I will get the full set with the best stats. But since in the stats that this game is pretty much sending me is End of the Earth. So that's why you guys want to always, if you're building, you guys going for a normal set. But if you're getting other this is especially for non-regional. This is non-regional, okay? This video is non-regional free-to-play video, okay? If you're going for regional, that's a different video. This is non-regional, so this is where you guys should go. If you're aiming for Nor and you're getting another themed gear, but it has the crazy stats, roll with that one. But still keep building your Nord, though eventually one day you're going to fully, in hopes that you're going to have better stats than the way you have now, and then you're going to take it over. So you got to roll with the punches. So now, what kind of stats should you aim for, and what stats are good to have? So for me, I'm looking for critical rate, defense pierce, and the last one would probably be attack. You know, for my head. So if I roll anything, like if I get 2 critical rate and 2 defense pierce, ooh, that's the one I'm going to take all the way. And also if I get 1 critical rate and I roll another one and it's defense pierce, that's still good. Defense pierce is good. That's a good stat to have. Okay. Now for the chest piece, I'm rolling guard damage, actually critical damage. I'm not really happy with this chest. Okay. So I really want a good amount of critical damage. I could roll critical rate again. And then, so what I'm kind of looking for is hopes that I can get critical rate, critical damage, and then a little bit of accuracy rate. And I'll be happy with that. And I will take that one all the way. Now for my gauntlet, dodge rate. I'm already with the end of the earth web shooter. This dodge rate is amazing. Now this superior man, nope, not good stats. This one rolled 1 dodge rate and critical damage decrease. Let's just say you don't get dodge rate, but you get one that has 2 defense, right? And then you re-roll that one, you might get 3 defense. Maybe you won't have dodge rate, but you'll have a lot of defense. That's still good. Defense is still good. So, but I'm rolling with the punches. I'm getting this one's show. I see signs that I have. If I get this one, there could be a 3 dodge rate, and I'll be ecstatic. Then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go with the end of the earth. For the boots, I think it applies to everybody except Captain Marvel, because she really relies on our ultimate. But cooldown decrease, stamina recovery. Cooldown decrease, stamina recovery. You get 2 stacks of each. Woo, that is some god rolls, my friend. That is some god rolls. But stamina decrease and cooldown are the 2 top dogs you want to aim for. So when it comes down to badges, now we're going to be heading into the badges section. Now with the badges, what I'm going to be looking for is, I'm going to be looking for these 2 right here, mainly my attack. These 2 badges up here mainly give out offensive stats, okay? So what I'm looking for here that will be good is critical rate, obviously. Critical rate and attack. But I'm looking for if I can get blue cores in there too. Blue cores or red cores or green cores. Because my main objective with Spider-Man is to get the dodge rate super high, because he's already, look at the, once we get to the specializations part of this video, you're going to fully understand why I say that and why I focus on dodge a lot. So it's really important from the beginning, you focus on, like, you start looking at dodge. So that's kind of, I'm working with what the game is giving me, so bear with me. And hopefully you guys have better RNG than I did. So for my second badge, I have the critical damage, guard damage, attack, and accuracy rate. This is a pretty good one. And it rolled a blue core with a yellow core, but that blue core, I'm happy with it, because I can put in a 5-star dodge rate in there. Increases my dodge rate. Now, when it gets to these ones, look, I have dodge rate and a 2 blue cores, and I have a 3 status effect resistance. I love this badge. This is a good one. Let's look at another one. Dodge rate, also get dodge rate in this one. Guard damage decrease and defense. This one's a good one too. But this one, I feel, in my opinion, is better because now I have 2 cores. So I can put 2 dodge rates in here plus this dodge rate that gives me +1, a boost of 159. I don't know what it is that in percentage. Somebody in the comments profile, let me know. And then for this one, I have HP recovery, 2 stamina recovery, and stamina recovery. I'm loving that. I'm loving the stamina recovery, and I got 2 red cores. This is good. It's going to increase my damage when I hit, because I know that I can take a good amount of damage as Spider-Man, but my attacks don't feel like they hurt that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I'm hurting people that much. So this is going to increase that. And let's see this one, HP recovery, ultimate gauge recovery. This could be, it has a red core. I could work on this one. This one could be better. This one, I might switch it out for this guy right here. 2 cooldown decrease, HP recovery. But this one has 2 green cores. I can easily put 2 5-star critical damage or defense pierce cores in here. So there, this one, I actually want to go ahead and put that one on there. Okay, so now for my 4th badge, I didn't go in order, my bad, but this one's critical damage decrease, 2 defense. It comes with a blue and a red. This one is this one's good. I like it. It comes with a blue core, it comes with red, so it's going to help me with my dodge rate, and then I can add attack to it or critical rate depending which one the game kind of gives me. And I have 2 defense, so it makes me able to take hits and critical damage decrease. So this one's a good one. I like this one. It could be definitely better, but this is pretty good. I'm happy. So those are the badge. I kind of showed you what you guys need to look for the badges. We went over the gear set, what stats you guys need to go for the gear sets, which one I recommend, but also rolling with the punches like this one. I might end up my build might end up being a end of the earth Spider-Man build. Your end up might be, you know, another build that you're going with. But if the stats are rolling in your favor, go with it, roll with it. For non-regional. All right, now let's go into specializations. We're going to be rolling into the specializations, and what traits should you be aiming for? Now, the traits that I will be aiming for, the first one, as you can clearly see, I went this way. Why? I'm going for the Spider-Man Combat, the Scorpion Pursuit. Why is this my number 1? Because this recovers dodge skill gauge by a certain amount percentage, depending what level you're on, when using a spider combat class skill. Now, I know this ain't dodge. This is a dodge skill, the 3 dodges that you have on the side that you can use to jump around. Why did I find that one to be my number 1? First and foremost, the reason I went that one is because if I can get that to fully heal and I can have a dodge fast and use it, that's going to be very crucial. I've faced Dormammu. We've all faced Dormammu. You know, when he's hitting you with those beams and then he throws a lot of these things at you. If I can have this pretty high when it comes down to me facing Dormammu, I will have a better chance, not only with Dormammu, but just all around. I'll be able to jump around a lot more faster, and it'll be a problem. This will be very, very effective in PvP also. So Spider-Man Combat Scorpion Pursuit is a must. Probably the best one, the first one you should go for is the one I did it, and I recommend that one. Now, what are other traits? Now, the other traits is the Spider Combat Green Goblin Madness. This one increases your total damage, and then it also increases your defense. This would be my number 2 or 3, but the number 1 would be the dodge. Now, the other for the one that would be for 3rd, we have the Spider Sense, Jumping Spider. This increases the dodge rate by 3% for 5 seconds when guard is broken. Now, it's only at 3% because I haven't even unlocked it. But once I unlock it and increase the level, it will increase. The percentage will increase a lot. Just like you will see here. Wait, that's not the right one. This one, you see at 7, going to 10, and only at 2. Same thing's going to happen with this. Now, why do I choose this one? This increases my dodge rate. So this is when guard is broken. Once your guard is broken, that's when you're able to get hit. When your opponent is able to do more damage to you when your guard is broken. So what this does, this increases your dodge rate by a certain amount of percentage once your guard is broken. So it makes, technically, you get your guard is broken, then it's still hard for them to get hit on you. So that right there is going to save you a lot in PvE and PvP. So that's why I put that on my number 3. Now, I think the Spider Sense increases max dodge rate by 1.5. Now, this doesn't make your dodge rate go up. This just increases the dodge rate cap. So it doesn't add dodge rate. It just increases the cap. That's all it does. So that's very important to understand. first and foremost is that the fact that this does not increase your dodge rate. It just increases the cap, the max dodge rate. So right now, the max dodge rate for Spider-Man, just I can't really remember, but it's 100. Let's just say it's 100%, right? This will make it to like 120%. But you're still going to be at the same percentage. You have to increase your dodge skill to reach that. This just increases the cap. I just want to get that clear. So I would put that as my fourth. And then my fifth one, honestly, let's look. I believe it's this one. This one, yes. Converts 4% of dodge rate into damage. This is when if you have that cap and you have all this dodge rate, adding this trait will increase that excessive amount of dodge and it increases it to damage. This means that you will start hitting super hard. You mix that with some defense pierce and then a good amount of a high critical rate and then a good amount of critical damage, and you will be a monster. I'm telling you, you will be a monster, and you will start. I've seen some Spider-Mans come in and they start doing some damage, and I'm just there blown away. Like this Spider-Man is built just amazing, and this is the route that they would go. This is how you have to kind of be thinking. Those are the traits that I recommend going for. If I didn't mention any other ones, it's because they're not what I recommend. So go for the ones that I just recommended. Okay, so how do I get special resources and stuff for my specialization? You do your dailies. When you're doing your dailies, make sure you do your dailies every day. Now you go to raid and then you go look at today's raid, right? You do only today's raid. I don't care if you don't need oranges. You do it no matter what, because if you waste your reward count on one that's not today's raid, you're not going to get the best value. And as a free-to-play player, it's a must to get the best bang for our time, and that is doing today's raid. For me, I got lucky. I needed a lot of orange cores. I did that, and I saved up my tickets, raid tickets, and I used it for that. So now let's go to skills. What is the best skills to use as my Spider-Man? For me, I'm doing a PvE. This is something that can go either way. Everybody has their own opinion. For me, this is kind of what I went for. So for my number one, obviously, since it's the Nor, but since I have the Gauntlet, this really doesn't add that plus. But I still love this. The classic web shooters. Okay, so the web shooter mastery, this one right here is good. The web shot is amazing. I love this. This is my number one. For my number two, I have the spider grenade. This allows me to quickly kind of throw something that has a high guard break. Cooldown is only 9 seconds and the required stamina is only 11. Not only that, but when you use it, you kind of move back and then you kind of move to the side, so it makes it harder for them to hit you. Not only do you get it a lot and quickly, it makes it harder for them to target you. Okay, so that is why it's my number two. For my number three, honestly, it's a mixture. I use this bat. I think this bat, the Webcraft Stadium Slam, is a good one for bosses. So it's always good to have a separate one for bosses and to have a PvE for just the mobs. And when you're about to go to face your bosses, you switch to your to number two, and you have the second one be the skill sets that does the most damage to bosses for an individual target. So this one right here will be definitely for individual target. For like a mob, I like using this one just because you just kind of quickly do a cooldown 9 seconds, requires stamina 18. You go in there, if you get them all, if you run around in circles and get them on a little ball and then turn around and use this, you're able to get damage on all of them. I like it, and it's what I'm using right now. Since I just try to do a boss, you have this one switched, and I'm just testing around. So for my number four, I use this one because the cooldown is low, required stamina is 20, the guard break is low, but I'm able to quickly get it quick, and I use it, and also it makes it hard for them to hit me while I'm doing this. Now you could say there's other ones that are better, but for me, I'm mainly doing PvE. This one for me, I like this one. This is a good one for me. Now for my 5th one, I use the Spider Bola. Now the reason why I like this one is because this one works for crowds and for single target hits. So, and that is why I recommend this one, because I can easily just use it and it does a lot of damage. But when it comes to, let's just say Dormammu, right? I can run, get close, activate it, run away. That thing is still going. I'm already swinging away. So this is while the beams are coming for you. You can just do that, activate it, and the Spider Bola is going to be swinging, doing things, and you'll be able to run away and dip. So there are other ones for like crowds. This one would be a good one for like crowds too. This one does a lot of damage. I won't recommend this for like bosses, but this one does good crowd control. So this one definitely would be for your crowd skill set. And it's always good to have number 1 be for the mobs, number 2 be for villains. So go have that in mind when you're building it up. So now for my Omega cards, I have nothing because I was doing dailies with my Iron Man. But with the Omega cards, honestly, critical rate, like, let's go ahead and just bring in my Iron Man. Let's take the ones from my Iron Man and put him in here. So now when I get boxes, since my Iron Man is main, if your main is Spider-Man, you guys are not going to really have this problem, okay? Because you guys are going to be opening everything up on your main, which is Spider-Man. But because Iron Man is my main, did I just swing back to Spider-Man? Yes, I did. Oh my god. Because Spider-Man is not my second main, he's struggling a little bit. And in order for my Iron Man to get so strong, I needed to use all the resources from all my alts. So I'm really feeling that effect right now, but I'm happy with the pace that I'm going. Because my Iron Man is the one that's doing all the dailies, and when the new content comes out, I have a main that can at least go through with it and survive and have a good chance. Not only that, but I dominate. I do really good in Dark Zone. So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna take some of these cards. I'm only going in here because I want to show you guys the cards for Spider-Man. So for like critical damage, total damage, defense, pierce, and attack, well, exclusive stat for Spidey is different. Okay, this is just my Iron Man, but it kind of go with what the stats that you're getting. Let's just say you're rolling a lot of you got lucky with the rolls that you have with your badges and your gear, and you already have a lot of critical damage. Then don't really use a card that has critical damage. You're able to kind of take this out and then replace it with another card that will give you more attack, and it will give you supervillain damage. Plus, if you have a 2 set, it will give you critical damage, and hopefully you get a good exclusive stat for Spidey. Now, if you're lacking in critical damage, then I recommend you go for cards that will give you, critical rate. Then I will recommend you go for cards that give you critical rate, like the Captain America card, which is gonna be 10.5, and then you would apply that into your card set. Okay, so you got to work and figure out what you're lacking from these stuff, and then once you understand that and you go through your gear set and your badges and you're like, okay, I actually don't really need to focus that much on critical rate, but struggling on attack, I need to get my attack up, so then I will focus on cards with attack. Okay, so this doesn't have attack, but if I have the 2 set, it will give me attack. There's one way of looking at it. This is critical damage, max rate. So I would look for cards that give me attack, like this one. Okay, even though this is exclusive stat for Iron Man, for you guys will obviously have exclusive stat for Spider-Man, and you guys will look for the best stats for hopefully you guys have good RNG for Spider-Man for your cards. So when it comes to Omega cards, you kind of want to think that way. And that's what I did with my Iron Man. That's how I got my Iron Man to do so much damage, is I kind of went with, I understood what stats I had from my gear and my badges, and I knew that I don't really need to focus that much on certain stats on my Omega cards. So when it came to my Omega cards, I focused on stats that I needed to increase. Now you can't get dodge rate unless you get it in a special card. So it's very important that dodge rate, you get it in your badges, you get it in your gear, and then you get it in your specialization tree. When you're upgrading your specialization traits, you get it in there. So now enhanced potential. This is the enhanced potential portion of the video. Now we're going to be looking at what you guys should be aiming for. This is not Spider-Man. Let me change that real quick. But for Spider-Man, obviously dodge rate. Okay, you want to aim for dodge rate. Attack increases, but if you're thinking about only increasing your power level, you're trying to hit that 1 million, let's just say, then increase your attack. Attack is what raises your power level the most out of anything in this game. So for Spider-Man enhanced potential, you're going to want to look for stuff like the number 1, you want to get your attack, and then save up your enhanced potentials until you go to level 2. And once you're in level 2, go to your dodge rate, buy up all the dodge rate, and then once you get unlocked, save them up. And then once you go to level 3, you start using up your buy up all the dodge rate for level 3. And then once you level 4, buy up all the dodge rate for level 4. But if you want to, you can also do your attack, and then before you move to this one, and then you can do this one. But if you're lacking in defense and stuff like that, then focus on defense. But it's always good to understand that enhanced potential gets really hard to get after you're done once you reach 110. So because every 5 levels you get about 200 enhanced potential or 100 enhanced potential. I forgot what it was at this time. So there is my enhanced potential. Covered that one. The cores, obviously you want to go for like blue stars, 3 stars. How do you get 5-star cores? I already explained that. I will be coming out with a video of how do you get 5-star after you're done beating the main story of Maestro. You go back to the HQ. Before you go into Dark Dormammu, you go to Tony. You find Tony Stark, and he gives you 2 raid missions. Each time you defeat the raid mission, the first time is on Extreme, the second time is on Ultimate. Each time you defeat it, you get a 5-star random core, and hopefully you get some blue cores out of that. 5 stars. So if you can do that with all your alts too. So it's very important to play your alts. If you're a Spider-Man main and you don't want to play your alts, just play your alts and use up all the resources and feed your Spider-Man, just like I did for my Iron Man. And look at how far I've gone with my Iron Man. Look how much damage he can do as a free-to-play non-regional gear. Superior, man. You know, people didn't agree with me about it being superior. They said Marvel Now or Fear itself. And I stuck with my guns, and now I'm like one of the best free-to-play in my server. So at best free-to-play Iron Man, to be exact, okay? So the best free-to-play in my server, I believe, is Juicy. He is a free-to-play Spider-Man, and he's dominating, especially in Dimensional Duel. So he is somebody I definitely would love to kind of see what he thinks about Spider-Man, because he's doing something, and he's doing something great. And he rolled with he went with regional, so he took that chance. He just got really good rolls, and he kept going, and he kept getting good rolls. So man, I love his build. But it's not going to be like that for everybody. So the reason why I don't recommend going that route is because the chances in the RNG in this game is so bad that it's like 1 in a million. It's like winning the lottery, pretty much. So there you guys have it. This is my ultimate free-to-play Spider-Man build. If you guys love this content and love this video, I will be doing more videos like this for each individual hero. So hopefully this guys helped you out. As always, say bananas down in the comments to let me know you guys watched the whole video. Thank you guys so much, and take care.